say that sense of, it sounds like the person has a lot of autonomy in how they go about it on their part.
Or acceptance is another word. You know, they should feel ideally completely and totally accepted for who they are and where they're coming from. And in terms of employment, disability, you know, it doesn't define anybody. You know, we're all capable of doing something. We're all capable of getting out there and putting a bit of a structure on our lives and earning a few pounds and meeting new people and you know, living the life that we want.
Do you find that is a hurdle you encounter a lot, that just getting someone into that mindset of that they are capable?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Sometimes I feel that people intentionally put barriers in front of themselves. You know, they want to work, but the fear of working, they'll turn around and you know, I'm exaggerating this when I say this, but they might say, look, I want to be a rocket scientist. You know, something that's completely out of my league. You know, that we've absolutely no chance of achieving. But that's fair. That's fair. I think over time, judging on the relationship that I can build with people, you'll uncover what it is that they want to do. I would say upon 90% of the people I work with would have came into this program with a different idea to what they wanted to do as to what they're actually doing. And it turns out, in my experience, after having conversations with them, it mightn't necessarily be the job or that the particular role that they're looking for. It's the environment. So if someone says to me, listen, I want to work in super value. Why do you want to work in super value? Because there's no pressure and, you know, I'm not going to be responsible for anything. I just have to stock things on the shelves and all that. So I said, well, if, you know, and would you think of anywhere else? No, it has to be super value. And then you might say, well, to do the same thing in Tesco's and you get the same breaks in Tesco's, or to do the same things in and all of a sudden, instead of having like one option for employment, you might come out of that conversation with 9 or 10 opportunities for employment. And from there, you can build on, well, what are you good at? Well, I'm good at meeting with people. Okay, so maybe it mightn't be central or super value. It might be a retail setting with clothes. It might be a restaurant serving customers. It might be, you know, and it helps them to kind of uncover probably A, what their preferences are, and B, where the potential lies. And I think over time, people start to see that it is work. I'm not expected to know everything on the first day. You know, I'm going to be trained up in most cases. I'll have a month to 6 weeks to kind of get the run of the place, to start to realise that it isn't that big of a barrier to overcome after all. You know, so I think that's really where, for me, the success isn't in getting people jobs. I think most of the success that I would have would be keeping them people coming back every week, keeping them engaged, giving them a focus. That's where I count my success. Obviously, if I can get a job out of it, fantastic. But if I'm working with someone for 6 months and they've had no job, but they're still coming back, that's a success.